On behalf of BIC Magazine and our sponsor, Conco Services Corporation, I'd like to welcome everyone to today's webinar on the alternative to hydroblasting, low-pressure mechanical tube cleaning. This is Robin Dupree from BIC Magazine. I just want to go over a few pointers regarding your webinar console. You can maximize or reduce the size of any of the windows that you see popped up. At the bottom are widgets to access resources, including a PDF of the slides. Please click the middle green icon. There is a Q&A box to text in questions anytime during the presentation. And in order to watch the two videos that will be played, your media player needs to be maximized in order to see the video and to hear it. And if you experience any technical problems, please click the yellow question mark. I will address them as needed. Now I'd like to thank our sponsor, Conco Services Corporation. Conco is a leader in offline mechanical tube cleaning, having restored efficiency and reliability to over 150 million condenser and heat exchanger tubes worldwide. Conco is also a leading provider of non-destructive testing services. Go to conco.net for more on the company. And now it's my pleasure to introduce you to today's presenter, Tim Meyer. He is a general manager for the Industrial Services Division of Conco. Prior to joining the company in 2010, he spent 9 years as a general manager of construction, maintenance, and tank repair for North America for Veolia Environmental Services, and before that was a founding partner of TMG Industrial Services. Now I'd like to hand the mic over to Tim.
Thank you, Robin. It's good to talk with y'all all today. We have a saying here at Conco to change your world and achieve legendary success. And we believe we can help you do that with our tube cleaning special applications. Conco, as you can see, is one of the world's leaders in tube I.D. cleaning, and we'll talk about the different services and products we offer. As you know, that most of the time, tube cleaning is done traditionally by high-pressure water. We introduce options and alternatives for shell and tube heat exchangers, SRUs and boilers, air-cooled heat exchangers. We offer some of the highest advantages that you'll have out there when it comes to safety, environmentally friendly, performance, and speed. Who we are, we've been around for 90 years. We are the leader as far as tube cleaning in the power generation field, and we're gaining a lot of market share and ground in the chemical, petrochemicals, and refineries. We also have worked in food and drug, pulp and paper, primary matter, metals, and manufacturing. Our tube cleaning technology uses custom-sized mechanical cleaners, drill bits, and brushes at a safe, low pressure or no water at all to thoroughly clean heat exchangers of all shapes and sizes. The difference we have is our technology is one of a kind, which maximizes safety, minimizes impact to the environment, produces a cleaner tube, and the key is at a much faster pace than high-pressure water. High-pressure water is what most people are used to. It is the common choice when going to clean heat exchangers and heat exchanger tubes because it's flexible, ubiquitous, it's necessary like a hammer and a nail. But at Conco, we like to say you need options. You can see my wonderful tool room with all the different pieces of equipment. I probably need to update that a little bit. But we are the option. As I mentioned earlier, Conco is safer, faster, cleaner, and one of the leading factors is a whole lot less water, which makes it environmentally friendly. Water is one of the main things I hear talked about when I visit many chemical plants and refineries is either water all over the place around people, they can't work in it, or they have to process it and the cost of that. Well, we are a lot less water than high pressure water. We have a video here that kind of gives you a visual of our services. We'll lead off into what we do and says a lot about Conco and what we have to offer. Hopefully you have the video maximizer ready so you can watch this, but let's play the video.
Fast, safe, and test-ready clean. These are the benefits our customers enjoy on every job. For example, what would it take to clean 21 heat exchangers? What are your accepted trade-offs when using high-pressure water cleaning? In safety, time, wastewater, and performance. Are you measuring this? We are. Our research has shown that this particular job would typically use high-pressure water to complete the task. It would take a crew of approximately 20 days to successfully clean these exchangers to test-ready standards, with a common risk of rework to get them test-ready. Safety is always a #1 priority. Because high-pressure water can cut and kill, this 12-person crew would need an average safety footprint of at least 500 square feet to work, restricting your ability to work around the equipment being cleaned. And when the job is complete, using high-pressure water, you'll be required to send approximately 48,000 gallons of water to waste treatment to clean each exchanger. At Conco, we use low-pressure water, a patented, proven tube cleaning method for many decades, to deliver superior safety and performance over high-pressure water in many common applications. Here's how it stacks up. Conco works in a nimble fashion, clean in place, on the pad, with your team or other contractors, seamlessly. On the exact same 21 exchanger job using low-pressure water, Conco only needs a crew of 5 and just 5 days to complete test-ready standards compared to 12 crew and 20 days. Because our footprint is so small, your team has the ability to work around us rather than wait until the cleaning crew is finished. Our ability to quickly turn around test-ready exchangers results in a shorter turnaround for critical path jobs. This may give you the opportunity to re-engineer your turnaround schedule to save time. What is the value of 1 extra day's production? And with low-pressure water, you'll have 80 to 90% less wastewater. Lower pressure, less people, smaller footprint, and faster time all contribute to a safer plant site. And we're proud to have 0 OSHA recordable safety incidents in our industrial services group since 2008. So, what does all this mean for you? If you're responsible for heat exchanger maintenance, Conco is the partner to help you achieve the safest, fastest, cleanest, most profitable exchanger cleaning. Let us help you identify where Conco can add the most value at your facility.
All right. I hope that gave y'all some good information and a visual about what Conco does. One of the most proudest things we are about at Conco is the fact that we've been 10 years, going on 11 years without a recordable incident. We work every day to make sure that our employees go home safe because they're not just employees, they're brothers, sisters, moms, dads, and we are very proud of the fact that we are a safe company and have not had a recordable injury in over 10 years. Now we'll talk about the 3 main pieces of equipment and services that we offer they all come on one system when we go to clean tubes for you. We'll talk about other services toward the end that are more specialty, but these are the 3 main pieces of equipment that you will see when Conco shows up to clean tubes on your job site. There are the TruFit, the Hydrodrill, and the Excalibur. Again, I'll start off with a video that shows you these 3 services, and then we'll go into more details on each slide after that to talk about the particular individual pieces of equipment. Let's play the video. All right. As you saw from the video, the main thing Conco is known for are our TruFit tube cleaning system and cleaners. We invented this technology back in 1923 and had advanced it through the past 90-odd years to make it a better product. The unique thing about our cleaners is the fact that it is TruFit. We make the cleaner to the I.D. size of your tube, to the exact measurement. We do not have to adjust them in the field or any of that. They are made to the size of your tube, making it more effective. They are spring-loaded to where they are 5 thousandths over the size of the tube, compressed down, and they keep 100% contact with the tube at all times going through it, where you get a better clean so you're able to test these exchanger tubes. The water pressure is at 2 to 450 psi normally, with a max of about 7 to 750. So our tube cleaners have no way of becoming any type of projectile because our pumps will not go up that high. We do not make pumps to shoot any more pressure than 750 psi for the mere fact that it does not become a safety hazard at all. We can remove from hard to thin film deposits. The other big factor is we can go around U-bends with our technology. Our cleaners are the only technology out there that can actually go around U-bends where hydroblasting can go up to the corners but not around the bend. They travel anywhere from 10 to 20 feet, between 2 to 3 seconds, so it's a very fast clean. When it is the right fit, it is the safest, fastest, most environmentally friendly cleaning that you can have for a heat exchanger. TruFit technologies are made in all kinds of different sizes, but basically from 1.5 I.D., 1.5 inch OD down to 1/2 inch is your usual size of cleaners that we have. If you have cleaners above 1.5 inch OD, we will have to use different technologies, but those are the technologies we'll talk about. TruFit is also a very simple clean in the fact that once you're finished cleaning, you only have the water, which is about 10% of hydroblasting, and the deposit itself can be shoveled up and put into some type of waste basket or whatever you need. Very fast clean, very efficient. It is the top technology used out there when you want test-ready exchangers. Another big advantage, and we'll talk about, is the fact you can work around us at all times. There's not a lot of water. We can contain it. So if we're up in the unit 60, 70 feet, people working down below us, there is no problem whatsoever. Very efficient, very safe, and a whole lot less water interruption to your services. So we need a lot less space to work in. The other tube clean we do is with our Excalibur. It is a flexible shaft-driven cleaning system with either a brush or a drill bit on the end. Can clean heat exchangers vertically, horizontally, tight spaces, up to 75 feet. Helps get tubes I.D.s test ready. We know that I.D.s test ready tubes have to be special cleaned, almost a new metal. When we have a brush on there, we can get into the pit holes of the exchanger that you're having and help take out any deposit left in there. It's also used for anytime you have a coating or a soft tube, we can use a brush that will not interfere or interrupt or hurt whatever coating or soft tube you have. We need water and air to run it. It is especially good for getting sulfur recovery tubes that are having a problem getting I.D.s clean. We are very successful in doing those. You usually can clean between 600 tubes a shift, 20 foot long. You're looking at 1 minute a tube, so it's about what we figure for 20 feet. the best practices, the tubes should be opened up where we can get in there. But if there are plug tubes, we can use a drill bit on the end of the Excalibur to clean the tubes out. Very fast and very efficient. This can be also, we have set up with Stone Age a hands-free system where we do not have to touch the equipment whatsoever. So if we have to be or need to be hands-free, we know that's the way that practice is going, so we have that offered and a capability of doing that. So it is small footprint, ability to clean place or U-bends. This is the benefit of what we have as far as with our tube cleaning. No danger is the fact that the maximum water is PSI, roughly 8 gallons per 20 foot of tube. So if you were cleaning a heat exchanger like we did with one customer, they had, in the past, had 225,000 tube clean and had over $16,500,000 worth of gallons of water not used. We saved, and we reduced their vacuum truck loads because they had to contain off the water by 5,070. Also, the use of their frac tanks were a lot less. So with our method of cleaning, you will see a whole lot less water and a lot less cleanup. So what are our advantages? Safety. Safety, as I talked about before, we have not had a recordable incident on our industrial services group in over 10 years, and we have an overall TRIR in 2018 of 0.5, one of the leaders in the country with that TRIR. We also have been recently named a finalist for the Houston Area Safety Council Awards. We will be going through that process. One of 3 companies in the small environmental phase. So we are proud of the fact that we are very safe. Environmentally friendly because of a lot less water. Performance, we talked about the fact that we keep 100% contact with the tube, where in times with high pressure water, you will get a rifling effect. And the speed, when we are the right fit, there is nobody faster as far as cleaning and getting your tubes test ready. One of the main reasons we're safety is we're below 350 PSI on average, whereas high pressure water can be anywhere from 10,000 to 40,000 PSI. With that kind of, you have a bigger safety zone and can't work around you because of the fact of high pressure water. We also are a big factor of clean in place. Because we're low pressure with a lot less water, you have a lot less worry and people can work around us, so you do not have to remove the bundle and bring it to a pad or off-site. Very small crew size. Our average crew size, the cleaning exchanger, is 3 people, which would be a supervisor and 2 technicians. So we're small footprint, less water. As you can see in the diagram here, this is a normal when high pressure water. You have a much bigger safety zone than you see what we are. A lot less water, as we talked about before. This is an example. On a 5,000 tube heat exchanger, using 10K, you're going to use around 200,000 gallons of water. With us, 8,750. A lot less, which means a lot less water, not only on the ground, but sprayed all over the place, and a lot less cleanup. We can contain our water completely, no matter how high up in the unit or what's around us. We can tarp, and we have special ways of making sure that the water, if it needs to be 100% contained for whatever reason, can do so. Like I talked to before, we're the only ones out there at the moment that can clean around U-bends. A lot of pluggage or problems with U-tubes are the fact that you can't get the U-bends cleaned. We have done a lot of U-bend cleaning for different companies out there, and work with different high pressure water contractors to help get their U-bends cleaned. It is a normal working practice for many refineries who are having problems with U-bends that we either open it up with hydro-drill ourselves or follow our high-pressure water to clean around the U-bends. Very effective, especially when you got to get them test ready. As you can see, here's a tube that's split open after high-pressure water at the top and then Conco at the bottom. And you can see the major difference between us and our cleaners versus high-pressure water. We are very effective and a good alternative, or even a good backup to high-pressure water when you got to get your tubes test ready. So speed. We are a smaller footprint with less people, and we can travel through a tube in 2 to 3 seconds. So you're looking at uptime sometimes of 70%, less hours and shifts, and back up and running when you need to with a smaller safety zone, less congestion in your unit. We do not add to the ant pile. With less people and less equipment, when you have a turnaround and a lot of people in there, Conco is the top choice because of the fact we are not adding to the ant pile. We were taking away from it, nor do we have to shut down other work while we're cleaning. So that pretty much tells you about our low pressure mechanical tube cleaning. It's safer, environmentally friendly, effective, and faster. We're very proud of the fact that when we are chosen to do work for our different partners out there, that they choose us top 2 reasons of being safer and more environmentally friendly. We're proud to say that. It's something that we preach and talk about every day. So we have other alternatives. One of the unique ways of cleaning we have is called the nitro lance. It is liquid nitrogen that is shot through the tubes, and when it goes from a liquid to a gas, it expands over 700 times, getting into the cracks and crevices of the tubes and demolishing and removing the deposit. The neat thing about this, it's a dry clean, so if you have any type of cleaning out there that you're worried about water or the reaction of water in your exchanger or any type of wetness you do not want, this is an alternative to this. We do a lot of sulfur recovery units for our customers out there, very effective, very fast, and the other neat thing about the nitrogen is the fact that it dissipates into the atmosphere, so you are left with just the deposit. A lot of people ask about the safety of liquid nitrogen. We understand the nitrogen is the silent killer, but the fact is it's more prevalent in the actual atmosphere than oxygen is. It dissipates very fast, so there are no issues with that. As long as you keep air moving through the system, we've never had any situation where there's oxygen deprivation in the atmosphere. We do wear fresh air masks just to be more on the safe side, but liquid nitrogen is very effective in cleaning sulfur or any hard, dry, porous stuff that 40 and 50K cannot clean. As you saw in the previous video, those are sulfur recovery tubes. Here are some fin tubes that we cleaned in economizer. You can see that the pressure does not clean or damage the fins at all. The pressure's there just to deliver a short burst from when it's going from a liquid to a gas. Once it gets in the cracks and crevices of the deposit and it goes from a liquid to gas, it expands 700 times, and that is what does the cleaning. As we talked about safety, the LN2 dissipates quickly. We have hands-free option for the operation for this also that we work with Stone Age with. It reduces the creation of caustic gases and waste, a lot less waste that you have to worry about when hydroblasting. It's environmentally friendly because of the less waste, and it eliminates cross-contamination and secondary waste. It cleans the uncleanable units. A lot of people out there have tried 50, 60K with no luck, whereas LN2 has been effective and very fast than alternatives, because you'll know real quick whether the liquid nitrogen will clean tubes or not, or the surface. Another alternative we have to cleaning is our FinTech system, which is an OD tube cleaning system. And we have our tube bridge system for cleaning the tube I.D.s. We'll talk about that a little bit, but very effective cleaning method for your air-cooled exchangers for the ODs and IDs of them. As you can see, here's the FinTech before and after picture. A lot of people use, with the FinTech, let me go back a slide here. A lot of people use FinFoam or other systems. Our system is basically water that is set with 12 nozzles at about 1,800 PSI with a high gallons per minute, and it creates a very thorough clean of the OD of the tubes. It is hand-free, robotic. Once it's set up on top, there is nobody walking on top of your tubes or damaging them. And it is the most effective clean for a thicker bank to get all the way through the bottom. We can adjust the nozzles to different angles to make sure we get thorough clean through there, whereas a lot of times with thin foam or just plain water hose cleaning, you're only cleaning the top of the exchanger. One of our customers over the past summer, saw an immediate drop of 80 degrees in their unit after we had cleaned, and they've never experienced that. Also, the system can still be running. The fans just need to be off for us to clean this. With the tube bridge, we basically build a bridge between the header box and the tube of the tube face of the exchanger, and then we use our TruFits to shoot through the tubes, or our Excalibur if we need to open them up or brush them. It's very effective. We are getting tubes cleaned I.D.s clean that customers have never seen before, which is a huge benefit to them. On top of that, we can control all our water. Most of your ACC units are up in the air, so you're working above people, and this will allow us to contain or control our water where nobody knows or beneath us that we're even up there. Also, you are getting no deposit in the header box because of these tube bridges, so we're not adding to the deposit or just dumping everything we're pushing out of those tubes into the header box. We are actually pushing it further outside of the exchanger altogether. Very effective cleaning, and growing every day is being used by our customers to clean the I.D. of their tubes. Here's some advantage of the FinTech. Again, the safety is safer operators, prevents fan damage. Like we talked about, you will not have anybody on top of your units affecting the fins of your units. Our water, we're not putting any type of chemicals in there. It is strictly water. There's no additives or anything. Performance of it, we're computer controlled as far as the FinTech, so it's a consistent speed with a consistent clean. Like I talk about, the jets distribute water deep into the funnel, and you can manipulate the geometry to match whatever fin you have. Then the speed, with a consistent speed, you get a consistent clean. And again, as always, we're smaller footprint, less scaffolding, and have the ability to work in the same area. So people can work around us while we do this. So that pretty much wraps up our presentation, but remember, you have options like we talked about. Conco is growing in the petrochemical and refinery arena. We have contracts with most major players out there and work with them on a daily, consistent basis. And we are the leaders that clean more tube I.D.s than anyone in the country. So when it comes to regular cleaning or trouble cleaning, Conco has an answer on your tube I.D.s. We also offer and are starting to do tube testing for eddy current and RFTs for many of our many of our clients, which is making it seamless. We do not have to worry about a different contractor. You don't, as the end user, have the same person cleaning and testing, which saves you downtime and more effectiveness which gets your exchangers tested and up and back online faster. So that is pretty much what we have to offer today. Any questions out there, I'll be glad to answer.
Great. Thanks, Tim. Yes, we have a few questions, and this now begins our Q&A session. The first one, how do you determine when to use a hydro drill versus a TruFit system?
The hydro drill versus a TruFit is basically if the tubes are blocked or plugged in any type of manner. Obviously, water needs to flow through the tube to be able to shoot a cleaner through it. Even if it has some restriction, we can start with a smaller cleaner and work our way up. But if there is a real impingement or blockage, then we need to open it up some manner, and that is when a hydro drill is determined to be used. We also ask a series of questions before we clean a heat exchanger to find out what's going through the exchanger, what kind of throughput you're having, any issues you're having, and obviously through our discovery questions, we're going to find out whether we need to use a hydro drill first or not. A lot of past experiences will tell us that. But basically, we do discovery questions, or then when we open the exchanger up to find out if there's any pluggage, then we will have to use a hydro drill.
Next question, how frequently should I clean heat exchanger tubes?
Most of the time it is determined by the EPA or your own reliability people when you need to clean your tubes. But obviously, if you're having an issue of getting of overheating or not getting the throughput that you have, then you need to open up and clean your heat exchanger. So you can usually tell us that by the way it's running, but most of the time it is a planned, scheduled turnaround when we're working in the petrochemical industry.
Okay, next question. Are you required to have a vacuum truck and operator at the exchanger?
No, ma'am, we are not. A lot of times, if the customer requires that or wants that, we can provide it or work with a contractor to provide that. But because we're less water, a whole lot less, you are not required or need a vacuum truck there. Most of the time our water runs off into the wastewater system you have, or we have force troughs or different types of tarps and facilities that tarp it wherever you want to. And a lot of times if it's 100% containment, they'll send a vacuum truck by, once or twice a day to scoop up whatever water we have. But because of it's so less water, it is not a major factor.
Okay, next question. How long does it take for the TruFit tube cleaner to travel through the tube?
A TruFit tube cleaner with a normal cleaning is about 10 to 20 feet per second. So we say 2 to 3 seconds. On an average tube out there in the refinery and chemical industry is about 20 feet. So we say 2 to 3 seconds per tube, per cleaner. We usually shoot a couple passes per exchanger, but you're looking at 2 to 3 seconds per tube per 20 feet.
Okay, and next question. When you are drilling the deposit out of the tubes, what precautions are taken to protect the tube I.D. material?
Well, basically the drill bits that we have are made to under 5 thousandths of the tube I.D. So we're made them specially to the tube I.D. They're also made 1.5 to 2.5 times longer than the tube I.D. so they do not wobble. They balance themselves with water on either side, and only the leading tip of that drill bit is carbide, which is actually drilling. The rest is smooth edges, working with water. It will not drill into a tube wall. We also check the water coming out for any shavings or flushing. And only if you have a severe kink in your tube will you have an issue. even bowed tubes, we can pretty much walk the tube and not have any such damage there. But also when we're working it, you can feel if it's moving into the wall edge from the operator itself. I've been with Conco going on 9 years yet, and we have been very, very good with the fact that we have not damaged many tube I.D.s. We do have human error at times that can cause that, but with all the precautions we put in place and the experienced supervision we have, it is very seldom down to 2 or 3%.
And last question, how long does it take to set up for a nitro lance job?
It depends on the setup itself and where we're working. We usually, like to say, the nitro lance, I like to say, is sort of like a NASCAR vehicle. Once you travel it across land and it gets bumped and knocked around a little bit, you really need a good 8 to 10 hours of running it, get it set up and run before you start cleaning. So we always like to be a shift ahead of that before cleaning. So if you were going to start on a Tuesday, we would get there Sunday, set up, run Monday, make sure we're all set to start cleaning Tuesday. So, but on an emergency basis, we can be there 10 to 12 hours before and set up. We just need a good 8 to 10 hours of run time to work out the kinks of the equipment traveling over land.
Great. Well, thanks, Tim. Thanks for the great presentation, and thanks to Conco Services Corporation. And thanks to everyone that joined us today. If you want more information, please visit bicwebinars.com to watch this preview that will be on demand within 30 minutes. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day.